had an introduction like that. All right, well, as Deb already said, this is our first ever Feel Up to Play 60 workshop, and so we're excited, a little nervous about all this because we really weren't sure what to expect, but we really want to thank you for taking the time to join us here in this really neat facility. And we hope you learn enough tonight, and if you don't learn enough, at least you'll learn who to call to ask your questions to, and that would be me or any of the other staff at the Dairy Council. I just want to add real quickly, about 2 years ago, a program came out called Do Amazing Things. Does anybody remember that? Or see anything about that? Well, that was actually the seed to this program. That was the very beginnings of this collaboration between the National Dairy Council and the NFL. Now, last year, the program was revised and renamed as Fuel Up to Play 60 to better reflect what the program was all about, fueling up with nutrient-rich foods and able to play for 60 minutes every day. Last year, with the Fuel Up to Play 60 program, funding was available only to select pilot and enhanced schools that were mostly middle schools. And this year, the big change is that funding is available for all schools that are involved with Fuel Up to Play 60 and on a competitive basis. Even though it's still in its early stages, Fuel Up to Play 60 is gathering some important partners. The USDA has joined us in this effort. Action for Healthy Kids and Newsweek magazine are also on board. Earlier this month with the NFL kickoff, First Lady Michelle Obama mentioned Fuel Up to Play 60 as a school program that can help combat the issue of childhood obesity. So it's also incorporated in her Let's Move campaign. Soon, sometime this fall, probably November, you may see a public service announcement that was made in conjunction with the Ad Council promoting both Let's Move and Fuel Up to Play 60. So I mentioned some of these big names so that you know that you are not alone in all your efforts that you're doing to make your students and your schools healthier. We've got some powerful partners behind us, and building partnerships within your school and with your community is part of this whole program. So I'm going to start with a little overview of the program. I apologize if it's repetition for some of you, but I think we have people kind of all over the board with their involvement in the program right now. So we'll take a few minutes here. Thank you for bearing with me. We'll talk about Fuel Up to Play 60 in 6 easy steps. And these steps are outlined in the school wellness kit and also on the website. And this is just to let you know that the program can be broken down into 2 components that you can use as best fits your school. There's not necessarily step 1 do this, step 2 do that. You can mix it up and go from 1 to 6 and back 5 if that's what fits your school better. So that's why we're talking about these easy steps. Now, as you see what the steps are, I think there will be kind of a logical order that they'll fall into for you, but there's certainly flexibility built into the program. So the first step is join the league and suit up. And I think everybody here has probably joined the league. And suiting up is mainly displaying the materials that came with the kit, letting people know that your school is a Fuel Up to Play 60 school, and just to gain some interest in the program and have people ask you, well, what's this all about? So that's joining the league and suiting up. Building teams and drafting players. This is one of the critical components because you don't want to do this alone. This program is designed for students to actually take the lead and do the legwork, and you as program advisors are there to advise and maybe to record things online for your school, but it's certainly not intended for you to be the one doing all the work. So you want to build a team. A lot of schools will start with a core team that's already in place, such as student council, service learning groups, or other clubs. That way you have a group of students that are familiar with working with the school and working as a team to get things accomplished. I'd also like to note too that program advisor at each school is necessary, and you can certainly have more than one program advisor, especially some of the larger schools. You may need 2 or 3, and then that's perfectly fine. There's no limit on that sort of thing. Okay, kickoff is where you build visibility and excitement about Fuel Up to Play 60. You can hold an event. And again, this is not to make you create something new from the ground up. You can kick off the program and incorporate that into something you're already doing. You know, if your school already has pep rallies on Fridays, you could work in Fuel Up to Play 60 at a pep rally. Some schools will have a health fair kind of thing where they'll have a Fuel Up to Play 60 table and explain the program and get kids to take the Fuel Up to Play 60 pledge, which is simply pledging to eat healthy foods and being active for 60 minutes a day. Other schools have had like a back-to-school night or a community and family night, or even a lunchtime launch of Fuel Up to Play 60 or a poster contest. So it can easily be incorporated into things you might already have going on in your school. Okay, survey the field. This is a rather critical step in regards to the funding. This is talking about a school wellness investigation, and it is designed for students to actually conduct this investigation, and it will help you get a baseline of where your school nutrition environment and physical activity environment is currently, and it helps you to see where you might have room for improvement on some of these things, and thus pick your game plays for Fuel Up to Play 60. It gives you can use it as a before and after kind of a tool as well, you know, especially if you're having to give a report to a school board or something as to, you know, what are you doing with this program. You can show them that you started here, but you made improvements there, and this is a nice way to be able to show that. Game time is where you actually implement your nutrition play and your physical activity plays that you've chosen. On the website, there is an online playbook where you can easily plug in different variables to really customize plays that are listed for your school. And that is to give you ideas, but certainly you can create your own as well. Pardon me. As long as I don't spill that, I'll be in good shape. Or we might light up the scoreboard if I spill that. But lighting up the scoreboard is simply, you know, telling your story. Let others know what successes you have had. You know, we always need to hear good news about schools because there's already so much negative out there already. So, you know, tell your story, let people know what you're doing, and you can get rewarded for sharing your success stories online. I'd like to tell you about, in last year's competition, Bailey Elementary School up in Chesterton was the winner of the state online competition for Fuel Up to Play 60. And as their physical activity component, they started a walking club after breakfast, but before classes started, and it really took off and was successful. So they, you know, let their local paper know, and pretty soon, a martial arts instructor from the community volunteered to come in every Friday to teach the kids free lessons in martial arts. And so, you know, just by telling the newspaper about their success, it really took legs and grew. So you never know, you know, what a little phone call here or an email there might produce.